Hey everybody, this is Russ with Collect What? And I'm coming to you today to talk about a adventure I had this weekend. I went comic book hunting. And before we get into that though, I want to apologize. I've been having some technical difficulties and I haven't been able to get online for nearly a week. In fact, today probably makes a week. So I know I've probably lost subscribers and viewers, but I couldn't help it. So, without further ado, let me tell you what kind of adventures we had this weekend. Here, I live in South Georgia, and we were having a local flea market was supposed to be having a comic book and toy show. Well, I've been waiting for it for about a month, and when the day got up, I got up and I went down there to it, and I went in, and there was one comic book vendor and one lady a few aisles over in the flea market that sold some comics out of milk crates, and not bagged, not boarded, were pretty bad shape, but she had some fantastic comic books in there, but they were beat up. But after a while of searching and pulling and prodding, I come away with a few good comics I think might be worth something. And I came away with one that I really am excited about. Well, I'm not so much as excited as I don't know. And I'm going to need y'all's help to help me find out about it. But I went back over there after I got some comics from her and talked to the one comic book vendor that was there. And he said, I mentioned to him about looking through the books, he was like, oh, yeah. He said, you wouldn't believe some of the books that's been pulled from there. New Mutants 98, Spider-Man 300, 299, all kind. Avengers, the first appearance of Ronin. He says bukus. He says the first time he went there, he dropped $100 on raw books. So I came away with a few that we're going to see, that I'm going to go over now, and we're going to talk about. So with that being said, here we go. The first one I actually got was a book that I missed when it came out. See, I don't have a local comic shop that I can go to and pick up comics. So I just have to get what I can get when I can get it, or order it off the internet. But, it can get expensive. With that being said, my first one I got was Doomsday Clock #1. And this is the variant cover with Rorschach where it fluctuates. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are in his mask. It's really cool. And I actually got it for below cover price. Cover price is $5.99. I got it for $5. And I went to go collect and checked on it. I mean, this is a $50 book if I get it graded. So if I spend, another few dollars and get it graded for $20, $25, I've got a comic that's worth $50. So I didn't think it was too bad. All right, now to the books that I got from this lady. First two that I want to show you is I got some Avengers to help fill in my collection. These are older Avengers. I got Avengers 229, which is the death of Egghead. This is when Hawkeye wound up causing the death of Egghead. So I got that. And anybody that doesn't know, Egghead was Hank Pym's nemesis for a long time. And this was the culmination of that battle. And it was the Masters of Evil. He had created his own version of the Masters of Evil. Next one is the Avengers 256. This is leading up to the first appearance of Terminus. Well, not first appearance. The appearance of Terminus in the Savage Land and the destruction of the Savage Land. And then it wound up going to the next issue is the first appearance of Nebula. Now, with this being said, both of these books are in okay condition. There is some yellowing from not being taken care of. But I would give both of these, I'd say, overall, probably a 6.5 to a 7. So that's a good mid-grade books. I'm not going to fuss about. The next one that I got are, I'm going to go just show you all three of them. I got some Batman and Detective Comics. This one is Batman 272. Now it's probably about a 4, 4.5. It's got some dings on it. Let me set these other ones down and show you. Kind of like right here on the top, it's eat up some. And here on the spine, right there, it's got some ticks. But all in all, it's not bad for, you know, an older Batman 272. So I thought that was pretty good. Then we have Batman Reborn. This is 687. This is the issue where, you know, Batman has died. I'm not exactly sure why he died, but the cover was just kick butt. And I said, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. That looks really good. And then the last one that I got is Batman Detective Comics, number, I think this is 782, 783. And again, I thought this was just a crazy cover. And these are really good shape. I'd have to say these are in the 9s, 9.4, 9.2. They look really good. These were taken care of. All right, the next one that I got was XMen 294. Still in the poly bag. This was the Executioner's Song. It was a crossover event. And this, what attracted to me to this was it was still in the poly bag. And it also includes the trading card. So when you have the trading card included, you know, on the back, that it's still unopened, I thought that was a pretty good deal. So that caught my eye. And it's in really good shape. I'd probably say it could probably be, there's some dings on the edge, but being a white cover, I think most of them are pressable. I think it could be pressed out. I mean, I don't know what the value is on that one. I'm not really sure. But, you know, really wasn't, I don't know. I was looking at it for future. You never know, especially now that cable's been introduced. You never know what might happen. Okay, next one is Scarlett. This is a Bendis issue. And I just like that cover. I've been seeing it around, and I had just never picked it up or read it. And I said, hey, for the price, I'm going to pick it up. And it actually has got a really good story to it. I was really impressed with it. And there again, it was actually in wonderful shape. It was, I couldn't believe it. This was probably, I'd say a 9.2. It looks good. Now, I'm going to get in some of the older books that I found. Like I said, she had books from the 1960s in there, and it was amazing. What I found was, and it drew to me because of the age of them and how good a condition these actually were in. Classics Illustrated. Huck Finn and a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. And they are actually in pretty good shape. They have some yellowing around the edges. They have some yellowing right here. And it has right here, that tear right there, and that fold. And then on the spine, it has some issues. But besides that, and now the Huck Finn has this right here that needs to be cleaned. But I think it could be cleaned, and it has a water spot right there. Yeah. And on this spine is a little bit of dings and yellowing. But I thought that it looked really, really good. And these are hard covers. These are almost like cardboard stock. So I picked these up, and I'm going to see what they are, what they're going for. I really hadn't checked the values on these. These were just comics that I liked, or comics that I thought were cool. I wasn't really so much worried. Now the next 2 or 3 are going to be ones that I'm going to need some help on. And I don't really usually go for these kind of comics, but it caught my eye. Dope Comics number 5, the all marijuana issue. I usually don't go for these kind of comics, but it was in too good a shape to ignore. And for the topic that it is now, there's no foxing on the edges. There's a little one. It's got a little wear right there on the edge, but it's not too bad. And I just thought, man, this is something that might turn into something. So, and it's probably, I'd say roughly, it's probably a 6.5 to a 7, probably. I wouldn't be afraid to say that. And with a pressing and a cleaning, definitely. Now the next one is ones that I'm gonna need some help on. Not so much this one, but the last one. This one is Delgada, the premiere issue. This is from 1984. And this is Fanta Graphics books. And this is no big deal. I found this on eBay for some places $1.50, $5. And this one is not. It's got spine dings all the way down, but it doesn't really have a lot of foxing on the edges, and a pressing probably wouldn't hurt it. But it caught my eye. But really, what caught my eye more than that, and the reason I got that, was this. This is the black and white edition of this, or some people call it the Ashcan edition. And what I'm going to need help with is, see, now it's not in the best of shape. It's got a ding there, and it's got some spine dings all the way down. Ticks, whatever you want to call them. And right here, it's flipped up. But what really gets it is it's got some little bit of stain. But right here, if you can see it, right there, it has got about a 4 to 5 inch slice going all the way down right there, like with a razor blade. But I got it just out of curiosity's sake. And here's the problem. I ain't gonna say it's a problem, but here's the thing about this. I can't find any information about this. Go Collect doesn't even list this book. It's like this book never happened. They have this. They have the rest of the series, but they don't have this listed. The only one that I have been able to find online is one that's listed on eBay. That's graded CGC 6.0, and they want $8,000 for it. $8,000. Now this is probably, I'd say, a 2, a 3, because of that cut all the way down. It is intact all the way through. A cleaning and a pressing definitely would help it, but I think the best it'll ever be is probably a 2 because of that cut. But somebody wants $8,000 for a 6, and that's the only one I could find. I Googled it, trying to look it up. I can't find no information about it. So I need your help. If somebody knows something about this book, please put it in the comments. I need your help. So, without wasting any other time, I want to tell you I'm sorry that I've been late. If you could, please help me in the comments. I've enjoyed it. I'm glad to be back. And until next time, keep collecting. Thanks.